welcome back to Tahoe tonight. We are lucky enough to have the man, the myth, the legend, Dan Durkin here.
Hello.
Durkin Tree Service. What's going on, Dan?
Oh, not much. Just raining outside right now, so we're getting ready for winter and doing everything we can to make a smooth transition.
Well, you know what? Fire season is not over. We just had Fire Marshal Kim George in today, and it's Fire Prevention Month and still. And so you and I were just talking before this about fire prevention. And one of the things that people are confused about is that, what were you saying about way back in the day as far as history goes? The whole basement was clear cut at one time, right?
Correct. Yeah, it was completely no trees left, just a few little areas where there was, like the Valhalla and certain areas where the uber rich didn't want to cut down their trees. And so now once it was clear cut, it regrew naturally. It's not non-native, it's just invasive species like the fir trees, and they're shade tolerant so they can grow up behind other trees. And you'll see like a little forest of little trees out there. And then, they say for a tree to grow from this big to this big takes 20, 30 years, but for it to grow from this big to really big only takes a few years. So a lot of these trees are very young and very crowded.
Part of the problem being that we've been suppressing fire for about 100 years now, and all that fuel is built up, and people get the mistaken idea that all that crowding and all that fuel inside there is healthy for the forest. It's not.
Not at all, no. You get more forest debris, more pine needles, more weak trees blowing down, trees breaking. They're more prone to failures and disease when the forest is that crowded.
So you were saying 5 trees per acre was a normal way back in the day before all this, we started stopping all the fires, the natural fires.
Yep, and there's a lot of great documentation about that. A lot of old photos, the Emerald Bay area. Mark Twain wrote that you could ride a horseback at full gallop without knocking off your hat. It used to look like a pristine park around here, and now it's overgrown.
Well, that means you got plenty of work out there.
That's right.
I mean, there's more trees. So if someone has trees on their property, I mean, especially crowded trees, I mean, not to mention the trees that are leaning towards their house like I do. I have a couple of them like that. But like if they've got an overcrowding of trees, you can come in and thin those out and do all that kind of work.
Yep, we go from the smallest tree to the largest, most difficult trees you can think of. We help with the permitting process. We can even grind the stump when we're done. We can cut it into firewood. We can split that. We are a full service tree service. So.
Very cool. So usually if you cut down a tree, this is just a curious question on my part, how long does it take to dry out before you can really burn it?
That's a great question. Lodgepole, if you were to cut it and split it and just kind of leave it laying out, not stacked, lodgepole dries in just a few months.
Oh, wow.
Jeffrey pine takes a little bit longer, like almost a year sometimes. So we do give away free rounds, and winter comes every year, so hey, might as well get ready for next winter while you're at it.
It costs a lot of money to buy wood out there. Tell me where you've been working mostly lately, all over the place, or?
We generally work here in the South Shore area. We have been branching out to North Shore and Tahoe City. Tomorrow we're working in Tahoma. We work over in Zephyr Cove. Occasionally we work down in Gardnerville, Carson City.
Oh, wow.
We'll work down in Kybers, Strawberry. In the winter, we'll go down to Placerville.
You cover a lot of area. So we're running out of time here. So tell us where people can check out Durkin Tree Service and see all your services and everything. Check it out.
A great way to find us is look us up online at durkintreeservice.com. You can give us a call at 530-306-9640, and we'll happily give you a call back and get your free estimate.
Very cool. We got a little bit of warm weather next week, so go do it now before all the snow flies. Appreciate you coming in. Dan Durkin, Durkin Tree Service.